Welcome, wonderful people, to the Enenglishhub channel. We are overjoyed to have you join us on our journey of linguistic exploration. This is a place where we dare to delve into the captivating realm of English to make it more accessible and enjoyable for all. So without further ado, let's jump straight into our topic for today, the fascinating world of tenses. Settle down, free your mind, and prepare to conquer this linguistic riddle with us. Imagine you come across a narrative that goes something like this. I eat a delicious meal yesterday. Tomorrow I will eat the meal again. Sounds odd, doesn't it? Something doesn't fit right? That's what happens when the usage of tenses goes askew in your sentences. The fascinating world of tenses is a key aspect of clear and precise communication in English, as well as in many other languages. They frame our expressions in time, indicating whether an event or condition took place in the past, is happening in the present, or will happen in the future. Before we go any further, you find value in our content. Do show your support by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel, Enenglishhub. Your support means a lot to us and keeps us motivated to continue creating and sharing enriching language learning content like this. When tenses are misused, they can create confusion. For instance, in I eat a delicious meal yesterday, the verb eat is in the present tense, while yesterday indicates the past. The correct form should be I ate a delicious meal yesterday. This clarifies that the act of eating occurred in the past. Similarly, in the phrase, tomorrow I will eat the same meal again, the verb ate is in past tense, while tomorrow the future. The sentence should correctly say, tomorrow I will eat the same meal again. This informs us that the act of eating will happen in the future. Mixing up tenses, as in our original examples, can lead to misunderstandings. Consider trying to follow a recipe or read a historical account that confuses past and present tense. It's quite a challenge, isn't it? Tenses that seamlessly stories, debates, and together into a meaningful whole. They assist us in understanding the sequence of events when we share our experiences, give instructions, or express our future hopes and plans. Thus, using them correctly is essential. But don't be intimidated. With practice and understanding, we can all master the correct use of tenses and make our communication crystal clear and effective. If it's clear that First up, we have the simple present tense. This tense describes actions happening right now or facts that are always true. It's like a snapshot of the ongoing present, capturing the essence of the here and now. Structure of the simple present tense is straightforward. For most verbs, just use the base form of the verb. For instance, I walk, you talk, we learn. However, for third-person singular, he, she, it, add an s or es at the end of the verb. So it's he walks, she talks, it learns. Let's dive into usage. First, we use the simple present tense for habits or repeated actions. Consider this. I brush my teeth every morning. Here, brushing teeth is a regular action, so we use the simple present tense. On the simple present tense also encapsulates general truths or facts. For example, the sun rises in the east. It's a universal fact, isn't it? Hence, we use the simple present tense to express it. Simple present tense is used for actions happening now. This might seem strange as we often use the present continuous tense for actions happening at the moment of speaking. But there are certain verbs like see, hear, think, which we use in the simple present tense, even when they refer to the present moment. For instance, I think you're right, or I see what you mean. Let's put it all together with a comprehensive example. Imagine this. Every day I walk to the hub. I love the fresh air. Right now I see a squirrel scampering up a tree. This sentence captures a habit, a general truth, and an action happening right now, all using the simple present tense. Remember, the simple present tense is all about the present moment or general truths. It's a versatile tool in your linguistic toolbox, helping you to share your world as it is, right here, right now. Next, we journey into the past with the simple past tense. As we delve deeper into the language, we find that the simple past tense is a crucial tool that allows us to talk about things that are no longer happening. It's like a time machine, whisking us away to a world of yesterday's stories, of actions completed and situations experienced. Let's talk about the structure first. the simple past tense is quite, well, simple. For regular verbs, it's formed by adding ed to the base form of the verb. For example, walk becomes walked, talk morphs into talked. But then there are those rebellious irregular verbs that refuse to play by the rules. They change in all sorts of unpredictable ways. Go becomes went. See transforms into saw. It's a bit like they've got a mind of their own. Now, let's dive into usage. The simple past tense is used for actions or situations that are finished, done, and dusted, and belong to the past. Let's take a stroll down memory lane with some examples. When you say, I visited the museum last week, or they played football yesterday, you're using the simple past tense. The actions of visiting the museum and playing football are completed. They're in the past, and that's where they stay. You can also use the simple past tense to talk about a series of completed actions. For example, I woke up, brushed my teeth, and had breakfast. Each of these actions happened in the past and is now finished. In the same manner, the simple past tense can express general truths or habits in the past. When I was a child, I loved to play in the park, or we always went to the beach on Sundays. These sentences tell us about past habits or states that no longer exist. Thus, the simple past tense is your time machine to the past. It's the grammatical DeLorean that takes us back in time, allowing us to share our past experiences, actions, and states. It's a vital part of our linguistic toolbox, helping us to paint a vivid picture of the good old days. Before we take that interactive pause, let's linger a little longer in the world of tenses. We've just explored the simple past tense, which took us on a nostalgic journey through the good old days. Now, it's time to step into the time machine once again and journey into the future with the simple future tense. The simple future tense is our linguistic crystal ball, allowing us to talk about things that haven't happened yet, but will happen at some point in the future. It's formed by using will or shall before the base form of the verb. For example, run becomes will run. Eat transforms into will eat. It's all pretty straightforward. But what about usage? The simple future tense is used to talk about things that will happen or be true in the future. When you say, I will finish my homework tomorrow, or they will play football next week, you're using the simple future tense. These actions haven't happened yet, but they will. The simple future tense can also be used to make predictions or promises. For example, it will rain tomorrow, or I will help you with your project. These sentences express a prediction and a promise about the future, so the simple future tense is our passport to the future, enabling us to discuss our plans, make predictions, and give promises. It's an essential part of our linguistic toolkit, giving us the power to shape our future narratives. And remember, the journey doesn't have to end here. By subscribing to the Enenglishhub channel, you're not just joining a community of language enthusiasts, but also ensuring that you'll always be the first to embark on our linguistic adventures. Now, let's buckle up and get ready to continue our journey. The road ahead promises to be full of fascinating insights and discoveries. Finally, we propel into the future with the simple future tense. This is the tense that allows us to talk about things that haven't happened yet. It's like having a crystal ball in our language toolbox, giving us the power to predict, plan, and make spontaneous decisions about what's yet to come. The structure of the simple future tense is pretty straightforward. We use will or be going to, followed by the base form of the verb. Here's a quick example. I will travel to Paris next year. Or if you prefer the be going to structure, I'm going to travel to Paris next year. Both sentences express the same intention, a plan for the future. The simple future tense isn't just for expressing plans, though. It's also perfect for making predictions. For instance, it will rain tomorrow, or she is going to be a great artist. Both sentences express a prediction about the future. But remember, we're not fortune tellers, and the simple future tense doesn't guarantee that these predictions will come true. It's just a way for us to express our thoughts about what could happen. Spontaneity is another aspect of life where the simple future tense shines. Imagine you're at a party, and you decide on the spot to show off your dance moves. You might say, I will dance next. It's a decision made in the moment, about the moment that's about to unfold. It's worth noting that will is often used when we make a quick, spontaneous decision, while be going to is typically used when we have a pre-planned intention or a strong prediction based on evidence. So, as we journey along the road of English grammar, remember to pack the simple future tense in your language suitcase. It's a versatile tool that allows you to talk about things that are yet to happen, whether they're planned, predicted, or decided on the spur of the moment. So, when you're talking about plans or predictions, the simple future tense is your go-to. Now that we have explored the three tenses individually, let's compare and contrast them. The simple present tense is like a snapshot of the current moment. It's a now photo, capturing actions that are happening in the present, or habits and general truths that stand the test of time. The simple past tense, on the other hand, is a then photo. It's a memory, telling us about actions that have already happened and finished in the past. And finally, the simple future tense. This is a will-be photo. It's a blueprint outlining actions that will take place in the future. Despite their differences, these tenses share a common thread. They all help us to narrate our lives, to share our experiences, and to express our hopes and dreams. Remember, each tense has its own place and purpose, and understanding their differences is key to using them correctly. Time to put your knowledge to the test with a quick quiz. We've journeyed through the present, past, and future, and now it's time to see how well you've absorbed it all. First up, a question about the present tense. Every day I goes to the gym. Which verb fits best? Take a moment to think. Got it? The correct answer is go. Next, we delve into the past. Yesterday she watched a movie. Which one sounds right to you? If you chose watched, you're absolutely correct. Finally, let's take a peek into the future. Tomorrow they will eat at the new restaurant. What's your pick here? If you said will eat, then give yourself a pat on the back. Well done on completing the quiz. Keep practicing, and soon tenses be no tension for you. Remember, practice makes perfect, and with time, will all become second nature to you. Before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to leave a comment. We'll be happy to help. Remember, learning is a journey, not a destination. Thank you for joining us today. And until next time, happy learning.